Greetings and welcome to Shadowstar, and this Star Trek Online visual review video, where we'll be taking a look at the ship's, well, design. The ship in question being this beautiful Repulse class. A Discovery era rendition of the Excelsior, well, design lineage. I guess this one technically comes before the Excelsior though. Fancy that. This is the legendary Excelsior's new visual variant, and we have to say she's a beauty to look at. Now, in this visual review we will be taking a look at first of all the customization choices, then with demo record taking a look at her finer detailing, and then from that we'll take a look at her a few of her vanity shield options. Now, with this all being said, I'm Ri'shad. Shall we begin? So, possible options for the Repulse. There's a few that's quite obvious. Of course, we have the Excelsior. It'd be a little bit weird to have the legendary Excelsior not have the Excelsior skin, wouldn't it? And I do like the update variant on the whole. You have the Excelsior refit, aka the Enterprise B, which to me is the way the Excelsior should look. It's so much better looking than the original Excelsior. In my personal opinion, I know some people will tell me I'm completely wrong. The Resolute, which I'll see what they were going for with the design, but I do not like the look of the Resolute. With the exception of the nacelles, I do think the nacelles are quite nice. And then we have the Repulse, which works really well, and you can see the Discovery cues in it. There's heavy elements of Discovery right throughout this ship, including that blue strip that's going around it. I wonder if this was the Ambassador's ship instead of the Nimitz. Yeah, okay then. To customize these options, you also have the ability to swap out the hull, neck, saucer, pylons and nacelle. This is where I'm going to have to pause us a second. Let's get a nice close look at this ship. Look at that very unusual neck design. Isn't it very, very nice? Would be a shame if other elements didn't quite mesh with it. I don't know, let's put the Excelsior on there, see if we can see it well enough. And oh, there you go. Oh, you can sort of see it just then. There you go. Look at that. Anyone spotting it right now? The neck doesn't seal up with the saucer, and it gets worse. It really can get worse. Now, admittedly, you can beat around the ship a little bit to try and get it to sort of meld in, but the whole neck and saucer, hang on a second, let's swap. The Repulse isn't too bad across the board. Not Repulse, the Resolute's neck isn't too bad across the board. Actually could be used to fix some of the issues, but even that, you can see there, it doesn't want to really mesh up well itself. And I do believe if I go back to the Repulse's saucer, you can see how that doesn't really meld well at all. It was a nice try, but technically when you get this technical, you are going to have situationals where certain parts don't really want to mesh. You'll have no problem using the Repulse secondary hull, pylons and nacelles, but when it comes to the neck to the saucer, or the neck to the secondary hull, you're going to have a little bit of give with that. Kind of disappointing. You have the Engel window types. You have the Engel windows, the fleet windows, and then type 1 through to 6. And as for hull options, well, that's actually quite nice. On the whole, we have the Repulse, of course, but then you also have the Defiant. This looks very nice for the ship. Fleet 1. Fleet 2, which is a little bit later. Anyone else noticing anything yet? I'll make this comment now before we go into into the major breakdown. Look where the Basards are being shown to be. Well, that's holding the natural Basard colours. It's on top of the nacelles, with the nacelles holding their own little yellow glow. I like what they've done there. It's I don't know why they didn't just neutralise the Basard colours some other way, but you know, it's cool to have them on top. It's fine. Let's be fair, the galaxy hull looks quite nice on this ship. Intrepid, which personally looks absolutely amazing, which is funny for me to say because I don't normally like Intrepid. Haha. NX1, one of my personal favourites. NX Refit, again one of my personal favourites. We've already seen Repulse, of course. We have the Sovereign aesthetic, which is simply beautiful. It's a shame we don't get an orange glow in the deflector dish, though. I was hoping that we'll get that alternate effect. But okay. To be fair, it kind of makes the Sovereign and that seem a bit too close to the NX, in my opinion. Type 0, if you really want to be flashy. Interesting, that takes away the blue strip there, which is probably nice for some people. Deflector doesn't turn copper, which was disappointing. Mind you, it was disappointing that it didn't do it the NX lot. Skip for all of these. Of course, we have Type 8, which we've seen on the Excelsior. Type 8B, which will have also been seen on the Excelsior, and suits this ship very nicely. Upgrade. And finally, the veteran hull, should you have them. Quite frankly, they all look quite nice on this ship, don't they? We're very lucky with the ship, even if it's a little bit disappointing that the neck wasn't giving a little bit more train up, just to get it to meld in with the other, just so it would meld better with the other saucers. Oh well. Time to jump to demo records, shall we? Well, let's get down to this. Let's get down to all the details that going on here. Here you go. I'm going to start with this first of all. The tractor beam emitters. Anyone spotting them? Standing out like a sore thumb. No? Either side of the bridge. Sort of looking similar to the phaseable turrets. Or the twin phaseable turrets that are on basically circling the saucer. A here and B here. I'm not gonna lie. The first thing I noticed coming into this mode was those. It's like, there's the tractor emitters, aren't they? I like that. I like that additional detail. Oh my god. This is going to be the problem with this entire ship, is its detailing everywhere. And you can tell, to me, you can tell this was the first ship they came up with, because it's very clearly the one they spent the most time on. And I really do mean this is hellishly evident. So it's a lot of evidence here that says this is the one they spent the most time on. It's got the greatest level of detailing. Okay, so from the tractor beam emitters, let's go back to that bridge. The bridge is one of my favourite elements of this ship because it is beautifully depicting of the future Excelsior bridge, yet at the same time fitting into the design lineage of similar ships such as the Nimitz, the Baran, and the Shepherd. It just fits in with the time period really well, and more so than that, you can get an essence of how it's evolved. I'm going to say evolved into the Constitution bridge, because if you just stomp that and dome it, you end up with the Constitution's bridge. And all you got to do is shorten it a little bit, give it a little bit of compacting, which basically you could say the Constitution came from this ship. If you take design lineage, because there's no way, in my head, there's no way this ship came after the Constitution. Because that would be like saying the Excelsior is then essentially a refit of this. And to me, no. One did not refit, one did not design lineage and almost jump into the next. Excelsior is the motion picture era developed at that time. To me, it is, for STO's design here, the Excelsior has to have been an evolutionary step based on the principles that this ship first laid out. And you could say the Constitution took this ship and the Shepherd class clearly being an evolution from the NX, and gone, what's the best of both worlds, and developed the Constitution. That's the way I can see this ship fitting into the lineage of evolution for Starship design. Take the exploration vessel and make it more compact. Why do I say that? Because this ship is doing the let's decompact, let's bulk it out a bit, make it bigger than necessary, and I actually approve of that approach, because that's what technology does. Technology starts off big and then it becomes compact. Think your first computer would fill a room the size of most supermarkets, and now you can pick one up and hold it in your hand. As I pick it up, it goes off. It's called a phone. That's literally a computer, your modern smartphone. This ship is doing that in so many ways. Let's drop in something else, somewhere where they're doing it big time. Those impulse arrays, look at this. Is that overbuilt or not? Now you can understand why the Excelsior would come back to having similar impulse arrays, and why they might have used this design lineage, because it's already big and bulked out, where you've developed a powerful impulse engine, but it's not refined yet, and it actually shows that. It looks very industrial, very mechanical. It's not yet been really brought into its element that it later is on a Constitution class, and so since they can't quite get the refinement of the Constitution class impulse array, it has to be this size, it has to be this bulk, it has to have these fins, which are probably helping direct some of the impulse thrust, prevent it from splaying out or spoiling or waste energy. And that's why it's so big, yet at the same time it's got all these little elements inside it trying to help concentrate the power. A nice little touch. Drop down there, and I do like how this lips over for the neck. I'm going to go down to neck next. You can see how the neck elements, this could evolve into the Excelsior's neck. I like the ribbing pattern. I do like the fact that it's not entirely smooth as well. As you can see, it sort of limbs around. I'm very questioning on the fact that despite this ship being designed to be functional in itself, the neck splays into the saucer, which makes no sense to me. It's very confusing to me, and quite frankly, I'm just confirming this with you guys right now. You can see that I have got the repulse neck on, and you can see up there looking at it, I know it's a little bit dark, but the repulse neck is doing exactly what we just saw. Oh dear. So yeah, we've gone and confirmed it. This is intentional, or a heavy oversight. A little disappointing considering this is on a legendary ship. It's cost the players a lot to purchase this ship. You'd think they'd spend a little bit of time getting this to look spot on. All they needed to do was take that saucer and move it forwards a little bit. Forwards. That way. Oh, cryptic. It's bad enough that it doesn't. That neck doesn't even want to line up with any of the other sources. Okay. Well, that disappointment aside, which has impacted my final scoring on the ship. Let's move towards something else that is actually quite nice. Let's look at the back here and the sensor nodes. It's not sensor nodes. This is the impulse crystal, most likely. Big and very refined. I feel like this whole section is controlling the impulse bay. I mean, it would make sense. I did think that maybe it would be a hangar there, but me saying like, nah, no hangar there. It looks like it could have something, but I feel like we're looking at the impulse array and the impulse deck and engineering section there that then drops down into the secondary hull, 'cause it is lined up for it. So drop straight down in the secondary hull with the warp core and all that, running up through that section, and that's just all powering through that section of the ship. Would make a lot of sense, really, and to be frank, I just like the way it looks. Now, from there, I'm going to just take a quick note and look at these little hatches. Now, okay, to be perfectly blunt, I haven't got a foggiest what those are. I love the detailing they add to the ship. I think they look absolutely amazing. But I literally haven't got half a clue what they are. They could be escape pods. It would make somewhat sense. But to me, they'd have to be quite large escape pods. Now, the escape pod theory comes from what I'm seeing. You've got them either side of the saucer there, but if you go all the way back here, you've got them here too. And that is an interesting part of the deck to actually have them on. So, the theory rose from that. And unfortunately, the only thing that stops me from saying that is, yeah, there isn't any more of them. It seems very limited, and the only way I could say that these are escape pods is if they're literally all the decks deep, because they've got to be able to get everyone off of this ship. Or this ship doesn't actually have a lot of people on it. For a ship of this size, the actions it would have been under? Yeah, I doubt that. Mind you, this ship should also be our source to separate, so we'll give it some benefit of the doubt, eh? Now, away from that, and this beautiful cutting groove, very reminiscent of a certain other ship, let's go underneath and talk about this deflector. Now, initially when I saw it, I was thinking to myself, that's just loads of grooves and just a setup around it. And I thought to myself, it's an interesting deflector design. But no, that is a full-blown dish. And that is a very nice dish. It's following the Discovery era twin prong approach. I do like the way it looks. It looks heavy duty and refined, like it could take, like, I feel like that dish could take the damage of crashing onto a planet's surface, you know, like the Crossfields did. But it also looks like it's extremely high tech, like it's almost a prototype or a test base. You could feel like the Constitution deflector was developed from this, or even other certain deflectors were. And I love the way that either side of it was designed in these torpedo tubes, which look amazing, quite frankly. They look a little bit too future. Personally, I feel like they look like they've been taken straight from the Akira style torpedo tubes, or what you may have seen on certain other boats. But then again, we saw similar torpedo tubes on the Nimitz. I think it was the Nimitz. So, I'm not going to complain too much. I do think they look quite nice, even if I do feel like these are a little bit too futuristic-y of their design. Right, onto the secondary hull and this lighting strip. Now, this lighting strip I'm going to just say a little bit on. I don't think this is anything major. I think this is just a bit of light and glow. Probably got no major system going on there. Maybe it's part of an experimental system or drive to help reinforce the slipstream drive. It could have a function. But the way it glows around the ship, I just like the way it looks. I like the fact that it trails back, comes to the back of the ship, comes around, goes all the way forwards again, and just wraps the secondary hull. It feels fitting, like it belongs there. It doesn't feel out of place at all. It's just a nice little element for the ship. Gives it its Discovery feel. Now, there are a few things that I'm going to say from this point onwards that I start to have issue with, other than the neck now, which I did initially like until I spotted that error. And we're going to get onto the weapons, since I've already mentioned torpedoes, exactly what that is. We've got what looks like phaser strips. Now, perhaps they're just vents of some kind. They look too much like phaser strips to me. Maybe they're vents. Maybe it's the gripe that I shouldn't be having. I mean, you've got similar back here, but because of the way these are a solid, just like a tube, I don't see much out of them. But unfortunately, those have the pattern on them that just make me think phaser strip, and it's just like, no, they can't have phaser strips yet. But okay. On to the rest of the weapons. So away from that issue point, let's actually talk the weapons. These are quite nice. These are actually really nice. So you have 3 of the phaser ball points on top. Nicely positioned. They're right where you'd expect them to be. None on the back of the saucer, which is fine, because as you move towards the back of the saucer, you have another 2 on the pylons themselves, which is very nicely positioned. They're positioned in such a way, though, that they would get... They've got a bit of a blind spot. Let's be fair. Quite a grieving blind spot to the ship. Not great. Luckily, though, you've got those beam emitters underneath. But otherwise, yeah, they can be blinded a bit too easy. But like I was saying there is weapon points on the bottom. You've got two torpedo tubes right at the very aft of the ship, which is well positioned. I feel like, yeah, they should have had them there, so that's fine. 2 emitter points there, which are extremely well positioned with a great rear firing arc to them. And then round to the front, where you have, closer together, 3 beam emitter points there. The ship's well armed. Overall, the underside has 5 emitter points, the upper side has 5 emitter points. You have two torpedo tubes at the front, 2 at the back. It's not overdone, it's done intelligently, and so long as those aren't beam strips that are on the lower side of the secondary hull, then I'm totally fine with it. I feel like there's exactly how many weapons this ship would actually have. Okay, to the pylons themselves. Now, I have my gripe, but it's only like 50-50. I feel like the nacelles position is perfect. The nacelles are exactly where they should be. If I go up a little bit, you can see the ship has its correct flow. It feels proportionate, it feels right. And if we drop down to the side view, again, the whole thing feels proportionate, it feels right, it doesn't feel like anything's out of place. Even when you take on the front view, it looks absolutely amazing. So I've got no problem with the nacelles' actual positioning. My problem is in that I both like the pylons, yet have a problem with the pylons. They're swept back. Now, yes, that gives it a really nice, fast feeling. The ship feels fast, feels agile, and I really do like the design of the pylons themselves. I just don't feel like they're era appropriate. To me, it felt better to take the connection point, slide that back down the secondary hull a little bit, because it is a longer secondary hull, so they could have done that. and then angle it so that they're just going straight up, just like the Constitution pylons do. You could keep the thickness to them, in essence, and the sloped angle to them, but just made it a little bit more stand-up-ish. Less of the slick back. Make the back of them a 90-degree angle, so perfectly flat, and you could have the tapering angle on the front of them just a little bit, just to make it feel close to the Connie's feeling than the Sovereign's feeling. That's my issue. This feels closer to Sovereign in design than it does Constitution or Excelsior or Ambassador. This is way beyond what they would have had for design. Yes, the NX had a bit of a flow back. Maybe you could say this has come from the NX line. Give them that nudge of okay. Onto the nacelles. We're nearly done here, actually. So there's actually quite a bit I want to say in the nacelles. First of all, the warp coils look absolutely amazing. They look great. And I really love this additional detailing of where you can see these cylinders in the fuel chambers. I can't remember what they actually would be called. But I love the fact that you can see the functionality of this nacelle feeding back into them. Sorry, plasma flow regulators. You can see the plasma flow regulators there that's feeding the power into them. I do like the fact they're connected to a Bassard collector. If you take away all the holes, look, those are Bassard collectors. But you could say they're like impulse crystals, just following the cells. Maybe they're plasma flow channel. Maybe they're plasma flow channelers, enhancers, catalysts, something to help stabilize. Warp field stabilizers. There you go. Those are warp field stabilizers sitting on top of the nacelles, just to reinforce the warp field. Then you've got this excellent design to mimic what will become the Constitution nacelle, but then with the Discovery's extra 2 mini ones that they have either side, which works really well on this ship with its design. It doesn't feel out of place. The whole thing feels right. I could very, very easily see this nacelle becoming the more refined nacelle that is then the next step that then becomes the Constitution nacelle. I can't see this going straight into the Constitution, but I can foresee this being refined into the eventual Constitution nacelle. Losing the warp field, losing the crystals on top, losing the 2 booster Bassards, taking away the secondary housing, which will reveal the tube that you can see that the primary Bassard collector is actually connected to, and that housing comes down and eventually ends up being the Constitution's nacelle. It flows, it works right. You can feel this ship becoming what it will later be, and that is something I approve of for the ship. Now then, this being said, I've covered the things I wanted to talk about design-wise. Yeah, I hate the fact I've discovered that thing that's made me very niggly about it. That's disappointed me big time. So let's get on to the vanity shields. Well, here we go. Vanity shield time. And hopefully nothing's broken here. First of all, we have the Alliance vanity shield. Which, well, it's a lot. Look at the Lelo. Yep, the Lelo. Wow. I've not done that since I was in my really early teens. Yellow on the deflector. I just realised I never talked about the hangar bay. And there's not a lot to say about the hangar bay. It's very smooth and sleek, and the neck is now smooth and slick. What the? That's interesting to know. By all vanity shield. Now this one normally looks quite nice on most ships. Oh, I love how sleek the neck is looking right now. Look at that. A little bit of plating underneath that stands out with the black. Is it me or does it look like there is... No, not by the colour. No, they're not torpedo tubes. I was going to say it looked like there was more torpedo tubes in the back there. I was like, I hope not. Now, all the weapons appear to be blue right now, so... Yeah, definitely not. Bald vanity shield. Well, cooperative vanity shield. I mean, aesthetically it works, especially with the blue glow line, or the blue strip. Does anyone wish you could turn the red pinstriping into blue? Just to go along with that blue glowing strip. I'm just glad they didn't decide to make the pinstriping glowing strips. If they'd done that, I would have been horrified, and I'd have hated the way the ship looks. Now this better, considering the era, this better look good. Discovery vanity shield. All the weapons look bad. The weapons look really bad. I wish they would fix that shield visual. I mean, look, the torpedo launchers actually look okay for once. Normally the torpedo launchers get included in the broken rubble. It's very, very disappointing to see that though. The fact that the weapons themselves just break the look. Bring it back, Emperor's Vanity Shield. Let's see if the Mirror Universe can get it right. See, Mirror Universe at least makes it look okay. Not perfect, but okay. Actually, it looks really good. Oh, it looks really nice. In my personal opinion, that is definitely the best looking Resolute I've seen. Oh, I could fly her like this. Someone give me some anti-protons, I'm going to make her red. I'm going to make her scream red weaponry. Speaking of red, Fiklari Vanity Shield. Hey, do you know what? It would feel appropriate. I mean, bring this ship into the modern era at its age. And yeah, this could feel appropriate if, say, it's been down on a planet's surface and given a chance to rust because it's sunk underwater for a little bit too long. Paint's worn away, it's rusting a little bit, but now we're back in space. Why not? Okay, yeah, maybe not exactly fine, but fine for in atmosphere. Yeah, I quite like the way. I think my favourite element to this is the deflector at the moment. Next up, oh god. Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield. Time to whitewash. I mean, it's a little bit harder for it to whitewash out, but still not doing it any favours. I like how it's trying to save what would normally be the facades, because the Kelvin facade collectors look atrocious with a vanity shield. They are probably the element I hate the most. Section 31. Whoa! Oh, wow! I love it. Ooh, I'd seen it teased, but I hadn't actually looked at it properly yet. Look at the Bazaar collectors. They still got their blue-ish element to them, but because of the way that the Section 31 tries to dull that out, it's darker. It looks... oh. Fudgering Fuminash. That is a good-looking ship. I could actually see this being a Section 31 ship as well. Aegis. Oh, this could be bad. Well, yeah, okay, they look a bit odd. Oh, God, it's not. I said it could be bad, only for me to be utterly proven wrong. It's not, like, amazing, but the additional strip lighting that it has given it is really good, actually. I mean, normally, I was expecting the saucer to be... the trim of the saucer to be ruined, and for the trim of the nacelles to be ruined, but... no, that actually looks really nice. I quite like it. Not amazing like some of the others have been. It's nice. We are now assimilated. The assimilated shields. The strip being green looks nice on it. How did I not notice that until now? There is that an impulse array in the pylons? No, it can't be because it's green. That's another glowing element. That looks so nice. Why have I only just noticed it? I feel so bad. I'm so sorry, people. Well, that's an interesting look. None of the impulse parts really blend properly. I mean, it's okay how it tries to grip around, but well, yeah, it's floating. The bit attached to the warp engine, or the warp nacelle, is literally floating. We're not in the 32nd century just yet. Ooh, yeah, no. So I've got to go back to this. First of all, yeah, there is a real pattern on the neck. How did I miss that? I'm so need at myself for missing that. Damn! That's actually really nice for the pylons as well. Okay, next up we have Bajoran. Bajoran ones, or Bajoran variant. Well, yeah, I could easily take it or leave it. Nah, I'm not keen on that at all, really. Not in the slightest. Next up, we have the Delta Alliance Unimatrix. Oh god, hang on a sec. This is the one that... Wait, hang on. Why are the weapons red? What the hell? The warp nacelles aren't too bad. I can give them a pass for the way that where the black is and where it's coming from. I can give them a pass. That's okay. Now, none of that green strip can be broken. And from the looks of it, it is a-okay. Even the nacelles are. Even that... Oh! Okay. For the first time in forever, it's not actually that bad. Hang on. Yeah, it's... Cryptic, have you heard me? I feel like Cryptic has heard me and just really going like, oh, he keeps dissing the way the green striping works, so let's change the glowing elements and make sure it fills it out. Thank you, Cryptic. I appreciate being heard. Probably haven't actually heard me, but I appreciate being heard, so yeah, thank you. Next up we have the counter command. Now that looks aggressive. Would look really nice with a disruptor build, I believe. Keep the green elements going. You got me. I think the whole of that looks pretty nice, actually. The way the colours blend. Oh! Dyson regenerative time. Come on, Solonay. Man, that's not bad. Change the blue to purple, because that is the paint strips. You can change the colour of that, and I reckon that would look absolutely amazing. Or black. Give it a black look. Yeah, I think we know how this is going to look as we go around the ship. I honestly think this looks really nice. Zero complaints with this aesthetic. Next up we have the Iconian Resistance. This one is probably going to be a bit bad. Oh, don't do that to me again. Saucer. Hi, bye. Nice seeing you. No, even the underside of the saucer is okay. Damn! What? Yeah, then I'll look at the rest of the ship. I mean, the upper side of the nacelles are fine, but the lower nacelle is no. Pylons are a definite no, and the back of the secondary hull is a hell no. But the top, just the top of everything looks absolutely amazing. Literally, the entirety of the top view of this ship looks great with this shield visual. But unfortunately underneath, only the saucer looks good. Nice try, Cryptic. Right. Uh-oh. Lucari. I reckon this is going to look similar to Section 31, just maybe a little bit too glowy. You see, it's doing... You know what I said the Aegis would do? It's doing exactly what I was expecting from the Aegis. No. You see, this... The reason I was expecting the Aegis to look bad is because that's what I was expecting for. Glowy lines all over the ship, back in the nacelles. Oh, well, if you're a fan of Tron, you'll be happy. The only thing I like on this ship is the impulse array like that. In this vanity shield, the only thing I like is the impulse array. The rest of it is a hell no. Way over the top. Make her resilient. Come again? Now this looks kind of cool. This looks really nice. It's a nice look, and it gives you a nice... It feels robust like this. Like there's that little bit of extra element to make it a little bit more tough. Nukara, aka my Folians. Hello, Folian. This better look. Yeah. This is what I was expecting from the Folians. Oh, that looks good. They've even managed to blend the pinstriping in well with the way the hull plates are moving, and it just really looks well. Almost looks like you've got a bit of embolding going on it. Oh, it really does look nice. I'm a fan of the folian look. I have been for a long time. Prevailing shields, aka the competitive shields. That's looking quite nice. That's looking very nice. I mean, the shiny little plates that are in the cutout grooves, that I could happily miss. Take them away from it because they're not blending very well in there. So I'm not really fond of them in there. But as for the rest of the ship and the way the rest of it look, the way those plates are there on down the secondary hull, that's perfect. That's exactly how they should look. In here, they just don't seem to be meshing very well. And then the sails look great. It's a shame when you're in the Dyson Sphere, the shadowing gets so choppy on this shield. I like the ribbon on the neck is still there. Romulan Advanced Prototype Variant Shields. It's Lucari, but Romulan. Greentron. Very much overdone. Yeah. Mind you, the green works well with the blue glowing, but yeah, no. I could easily give this one a miss. The saucer looks fine. It's just there's too many glowy strips. Like there's too much going on now, and that's the issue I have. There's a delicate balance. You want a lot going on. You want detailing on the ship. You want stuff to be going on, but you don't want too much going on because then you go too far the other way. It's all about the delicate balance. Not too little, but not too much. Oh, that's a ship we're going to be able to talk about soon about that. Temple defense. Now this one I was kind of expecting similar on. Not too bad. Not as bad as I was expecting from it, if I'm honest. I was actually expecting it to see a lot more of the eggshell plating, but it only seems to be on the neck and the cutout grooves. Well, not even the cutout grooves, just the plates around there. Ah, not bad at all, is it? Damn. Okay. Terran Task Force! Oh, come on, I absolutely love the Emperors. Terrans, let's keep this up. Come on, more Terran goodness. Good boy, that's what I'm talking about, Terrans. Show me that mirror universe beauty. This one is my favorite. This is my favorite looking variant. It feels vicious, violent, and aggressive. It's about to come and conquer your planet, and it's going to do it all on its own. That's the feeling I'm getting from this ship right now. Oh, do I have to? Guys, can I please have a pass for once? Okay. Dielectric, aka the brain. Well, I don't have to look at it. I can look in the corner of the screen and try and figure out what I'm showing you from there. Oh, I'm literally rolling my mouse in a circle to do this right now. I just lost it, didn't I? Sugar. Please be in the right place. Am I in the right place? Am I in the right place? I had looked at the ship. I looked at the ship. Ah! Whoa! What the? Just in case I didn't actually show you the actual angles properly. I guess she's not that bad. I still cannot stand this shield visual. Jem'Hadar. Ah! One that I can love most of the time. Oh, and definitely here. Damn, that's nice. Oh, hey, lavender. Not the purple I was expecting the glow to be. It's a bit of a lavender look. How sensual. See, yeah, that's the purple I was expecting. What you've got in the impulse array is what I was expecting down there. All the ones on the walk coils. This lavender touch. That's quite nice though. I'm not going to complain at that. I think I'd fly with a lavender touch personally. Okay. Finally, you either love it or you hate it, or that's the way I like to describe it. The Marmite shield. The Riemann Advanced Prototype. I say you either love it or you hate it because you're either a player that always hates it, a player that always loves it, or you're like me where you love it on some ships and you hate it on others. And the hexagonal honeycomb patterns is not overdone. It's not overdone. It's not overdone. It's not overdone. Why did you have to cake the entire neck? I mean, I guess it's not too bad, but God, that caught me off. It caught me off guard because it's so emboldened at the front of the neck, which makes absolutely no sense to me. And it's on a deflector for some reason. Like, what? Okay. I hate it. I mean, top view I love, but I hate it because of what the neck and the deflector has done to the look. No, it doesn't look right to me. The underside ruins it, and the underside is one of the most beautiful elements of the ship, so you really don't end up ruining that. That is not what I was expecting reviewing this ship. I was expecting it to be so much more peaceful. Okay. Final thoughts. Final impressions and thoughts of the ship. Visually speaking, okay, so does it fit with the Resolute line? Do you know what? I'm going to say yes, obviously. It fits really well in with the Resolutes. Wow. Does the Resolute fit in well with the Excelsior line? Yes, extremely well. Do I think they did an amazing job designing the ship? Oh, hell yes. The person behind designing the ship, I feel like they did an absolutely stunning job. And my only real gripe is the neck. The fact that that neck does not blend well with any of the other variant saucers, nor does the source secondary hull of this ship want to blend well with any of the other necks. So if you're gonna swap those out, you've gotta sort of pick. Now luckily, the other secondary hulls blend with the lower neck really well, so that's fine. I don't want to gripe too much on this though, because I do love the look of the ship. I do think it looks absolutely amazing. There's a reason why I named this ship after one of my favourite STO streamers, Grumpy Old Nord. She's beautiful. So if I was going to give her her score, in fitting with Discovery, how's she fitting with the Discovery time era? She's supposed to be in the time period. That's an easy 10 out of 10. She clearly fits straight into that. As a design herself, and what I think for Cryptic's work on her, you're not quite the Giorgio class, okay? I'm sorry, you're not quite that absolute beauty. I'm going to give you 9 out of 10 though, because you are so damn close to getting me to say something similar. All you have to do is have a couple of key elements that I really love in Starship design, and you'd have had that instantly. The pylons get you close. The pylons, the nacelles, and the feel of the saucer section is what gives it that up to 9 out of 10. Otherwise, if these didn't quite feel the way they do, it would have dropped heavily. So, that's my thoughts on the ship. Yes, I love the way she looks. I actually like her natural look the most, if I'm really honest. But I do like her with the Emperor's Vanity Shield and the Terran Task Force. Guys, I would love to hear in the comment section what you think of her looks, what you think of her design, if you've been flying the ship. And if there is another ship you'd like me to look at, then please say so in the comment section, as that helps me decide what one I'm going to go and do next. Now, with this being said, I do have to get through the rest of the legendaries first. So can I just say thank you to all of you for watching to the very end of this quite long video. And a further massive thank you to the people credited on screen right now, my patrons and my donors and my Twitch subscribers, for your generous financial support of the channel. All donations go towards equipment and doing these Starship reviews, so they really do help me out massively. You also actually save the channel, because the biggest equipment expense that they've helped out with so far is the new computer when my old machine died. So guys, a huge thank you, and hopefully I'll see you guys all next time. Don't forget to check out the description where you'll find our social media links, Discord, Twitter, Twitch, and the means to donate to the channel if you wish to support in the same way as these guys have. Take care, and remember, live long and prosper, my friends. Ciao for now.